Dla przeciętnego Europejczyka rugby i futbol amerykański niewiele się różnią. Różnice jednak istnieją. Postaramy się je pokazać. Gościmy dzisiaj z kamerami na treningu Kraków Tigers, drużyny pierwszej ligi futbolu amerykańskiego w Polsce. Moim rozmówcą jest Andrew Heskew, gracz i trener z 25-letnim stażem, obecnie szkoleniowiec z Tygrysów. Opowie nam parę słów o futbolu.
In America, it is the most popular sport, and it is something that, like for me, I started playing football when I was 8, and by the time I'm 18, I've already been playing for 10 years. And so in America, the football players have a great deal of experience. I guess the comparison would be soccer here, where the children start very young, and by the time they are a little bit older, they have a lot of experience. They have a lot of skill and fundamental technique very well. They play the game very well. In America, it's the same way with football.
Soccer is not very popular in the States.
It's getting a little more popular, but still, American football is the most popular, and it is a sport that you can be fast, you can be slow, you can be big, you can be small. You don't have to be highly skilled, or you can be very skilled. And so more people can play the game without having to be an exceptional athlete. And I think that is one of the bigger reasons that football has become so popular. And like many sports, the aggressiveness of it is very appealing.
Oh yes.
So
as we can see in the background, yeah,
yes.
It's quite aggressive.
It is a sport that as a young male, you get an opportunity to be very aggressive, and that is fun.
Yeah, you can let the steam out.
Exactly, and so it is a great opportunity just to release that aggression in a very positive manner, without going and doing something that would not be as positive. Football here is growing, and that is, you can see that by the number of teams that keep joining the league, which for me personally is very exciting because I love this game so much. And I think the Polish athletes here are very good athletes. They just haven't gained that experience yet. And as that experience level grows, they start playing football a little younger. They start learning the game and knowing how to play it younger, and they will become better athletes at it. The American athletes that play the game and are playing in the league seem so much better. But athletically, yes, they may be just a little bit better, but they have so much more experience, which makes the difference.
When, as you said, you started playing when you were 8, so it's like children here playing soccer on the field in front of their houses. So.
Yes.
Okay, the ball.
And that's another thing about football. You always got to be looking around because you never know what's coming.
Yeah, or maybe you can call it lousy quarterback.
Possibly.
Okay, so as I said earlier, also many people in this country can mistakenly take this as rugby, or it's very similar to rugby, but there are some differences. What are the main?
I would say just initially the main difference is the equipment that is used. In American football, they have helmets, they have shoulder pads, they have pads in their pants to protect their legs, and the ball looks similar, but the American football is a little bit thinner. It's not as fat, and there's contact that goes on every play, very similar to rugby. It's just that it's a little more controlled, where you have shorter spurts. In rugby, it's almost a continual game, and in American football, you have action. The whistle blows, the play stops, everybody goes back into their huddles, call a play, and then they come back out. So it's more controlled, but you probably have more physical contact with every person versus in rugby. And not that rugby is any less violent or any less physical.
In fact, if you don't have all these equipment on yourself, it's quite more aggressive.
It is
more harmful, maybe.
I would definitely say it's more harmful. Injuries are much more easier to acquire playing rugby versus playing football. With football, like I said, you have the opportunity to be a little more specific in how you hit somebody, how you block them, how you tackle them, versus rugby, where sometimes you just don't have time to think as much.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going all the time.
And do you have rugby in the States?
Yes, we do. Rugby, I would say, is probably more popular at the college level than it is anywhere. There's a lot of college athletes, basically football players, that are no longer playing football, that are moving and playing rugby, because they still love that same type of contact, and
yeah.
the game is similar.
And they know the moves. Yeah?
Yes, yes.
And maybe in the end we can say a few words about the rules, the basic rules, because I know there are a lot of them in football.
Sure.
But what do you have to do? You start. What happens then?
The game starts with a kickoff, where one team is kicking the ball to the other, and then the team that has the ball is trying to move from where they have the ball to the opponent's goal line. But again, like rugby, where you're trying to move the ball to score a touchdown. The defense, the team without the ball, is trying to stop them.
Obviously.
And so very similar to rugby or soccer, where you have the one with the ball, one without the ball. The one with the ball is trying to score, the one with the ball is trying to stop them. And that's very simplified. I mean, there's a lot more to it, a lot more strategy involved with it. And depending on the strength of your team, changes how you go about trying to score when you have the ball, or trying to stop the opponent from scoring.
And how many players are in one time on the field?
There are 11 on one team and 11 on the other, so there's 22 total playing at one time.
Okay, and how many points can you score by a touchdown?
A touchdown is 6 points. The extra point after you score a touchdown is either 1 point or 2. If you kick it through the uprights like rugby, it is 1 point. If you run or pass it into the end zone, it's 2 points. If you do not get it into the end zone, but you're close enough where you can kick the ball through the uprights, through the goalposts, it is 3 points. If you have the ball and the defense tackles you inside your own end zone, then that team gets 2 points. So you
it's complicated, yeah.
A little bit, but basically a touchdown is 6 points, and then after you score a touchdown, you have an option for either 1 or 2 points. So you have 4 quarters.
4 quarters, yeah.
Each quarter is approximately either 12 to 15 minutes long, and the clock stops on the whistle. It
every
does,
time.
Every time. And so again,
it's like in hockey. Yeah?
Yes, so, something similar to that. But there's no penalty time. and after 2 quarters, there's a halftime, about 12 to 15 minutes, and then you come out for the second half for the third and fourth quarter.
And what if the game is tied? Overtime?
You go into overtime, and then both teams will get an opportunity to try and score, and you just keep going back and forth until somebody does.
Okay, so thanks for the lesson about American football for dummies, like those series of books, and hopefully we'll see each other on some matches in your season.
Well, we definitely would love to have you come out, and it's a great game. I think once people have an opportunity to see it and kind of get an idea of what's going on,
I think even if you don't really understand it, it's really catchy for the eye.
Yes.
It's like attractive.
Yes, it's something to get behind, either certain players or that team, and enjoy a great afternoon.
Thanks for the interview.
Okay, thank you very much.
Na koniec prezentujemy parę akcji z komentarzem Przemka.
Widzimy zagrywki podaniowe. 3 chłopaków po prawo, są to rozgrywający. Oni mają za zadanie rzucić piłkę do swojego skrzydłowego, który biegnąc ścieżką mają złapać, a drużyna broniąca, czyli defensywa, tutaj dokładnie cornerback, mają przechwycić lub zatrzymać człowieka biegnącego z piłką. To jest właśnie zagrywka slant, czyli skrzydłowy robi 3 kroki i skręca pod kątem 45 stopni w środek boiska. Tutaj za chwilę zobaczymy zagrywki biegowe. Są teraz na boisku 2 formacje, ofensywna i defensywna. Po prawo jest ofensywna, która będzie miała piłkę, i będzie zagrywka biegowa, czyli będą mieli zadanie biegiem piłkę przenieść na drugą stronę boiska. Wiadomo, drużyna broniąca będzie broniła i będzie musiała powalić zawodnika z piłką. Linia ofensywna ustawia się. Za chwilę nastąpi snap, wprowadzenie piłki do zagrywki. Rozgrzewający podaje piłkę do running backa. Running back biegnie z piłką i zostaje powalony po około 2 yardach zdobytych. W tej akcji mamy 3 receiverów po lewej stronie, czyli możemy się spodziewać podania na tą stronę. Cała defensywa przesuwa się na ten punkt boiska. Następuje snap. Jest podanie w prawą stronę boiska. Jest interception, czyli przejęcie piłki przez zawodnika formacji defensywnej. Świetnie biegnie, urwał się paru zawodnikom i został staklowany po przegnięciu około 25 yardów. Bardzo ładna akcja defensywna.